Question sure to come up at the governor's briefing today at 1 o'clock, whether or not she's up for a high-profile cabinet position under President-elect Biden.
So this morning, according to multiple sources, the governor is one of two top contenders for Health and Human Services Secretary. Kate Walsh is joining us live with what we know so far.
You know, guys, this is sometimes called a trial balloon, right? Oftentimes a name is floated out there by an incoming elected official to see the public's opinion on that. And so that could be why we're hearing Governor Raimondo's name come up so much, especially now in national headlines. And so 12 News spoke with her team, who hasn't said anything official yet, and the Biden campaign hasn't said anything official yet. But some of the top advisors to the governor have confirmed to 12 News, speaking on anonymity, that they now view Raimondo as a serious contender for the position. The other candidate, according to NBC News, is former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy. Now, the current secretary is Alex Azar, and we've heard his name quite a bit recently due to his role in the pandemic. As Secretary of Health and Human Services, of course, he has a lot to do with how the pandemic plays out. And the role of this cabinet position is essentially to improve Americans' health and well-being. Each secretary can adapt that principle differently with the legislation they advise the president on, and also in how they oversee the FDA, the CDC, National Institutes of Health, and health insurance regulations. Our political analyst Joe Fleming gave some insight on what might make Raimondo a strong candidate.
She's come across as a leader. Even in Rhode Island during the pandemic, she's come across as a leader, taking the reins and doing what she had to do, even though some people may not have liked it. And I think the governors across the country have a respect for her, both Democrats and Republicans. And she's not an ultra-liberal. She comes across on the Democrat side as more of a moderate. In Rhode Island, she might look as more of a liberal, but nationally, she's probably more of a moderate Democrat.
So Raimondo is halfway through her final term as governor due to term limits here. She can't run again for that position. So if she were appointed and officially became the Secretary of Health and Human Services, it wouldn't be until after Inauguration Day at the end of January. And that would leave about 2 years left on her term, which would mean Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee would step into that position most likely. So we'll talk more about that in the next half hour. Live in Providence, I'm Kate Walsh, 12 News.
Our news this half hour, Governor Raimondo reportedly on the short list for President-elect Joe Biden's Health and Human Services Secretary.
Cabinet position would be high profile as he enters into office during the pandemic. But if Raimondo were to be chosen, accept the nomination, and be approved by Congress, she'd leave Rhode Island halfway through her final term as governor.
Kate Walsh is joining us live with a look at what could happen locally. Kate?
Yeah, good morning. And I should mention first that we are just talking about this possibility. Nothing has been confirmed. And as you mentioned, there are a few steps left for this to even be a possibility. But we are talking about it because it's making national headlines now. And some of the top advisors to the governor, speaking on anonymity, have said that she is considered a serious contender for Secretary of Health and Human Services. So if the governor were to actually become secretary, well, she would have 2 years left on her term as governor here due to term limits. This is the final term she can have in Rhode Island as governor, but that would mean that Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee would likely take over for the rest of the term. And as you know, unlike with the president and vice president, or even Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito in Massachusetts, the top two executive office positions here in Rhode Island are not running mates. McKee was elected separately from Raimondo, but if he filled her position, McKee would select his own lieutenant governor, which is based on what's happened in the past, the few times it's happened. Now, we spoke with our political analyst, Joe Fleming, about this potential transition.
Well, he has not been active with the governor during the pandemic, but Dan McKee has really worked with small businesses throughout the pandemic, trying to help them as much as he can. So, I mean, that gives an idea, helps them moving forward. I mean, if the governor leaves, obviously Dan McKee has a lot of educating of himself to do to get up to speed of what's going on. It's pretty clear the governor has not brought him into a lot of these decisions that have happened since March of the pandemic.
So we have some time, though, before anything is set in stone. First of all, Biden hasn't said anything about Raimondo even being mentioned as Secretary of Health and Human Services in his mind. So we have to wait for that to actually become official. And then also the nomination process, when it gets brought up to Congress and they possibly appoint her. And she could face some criticism even from members of her own party at that point. And our politics editor, Ted Nisi, breaks that down further for us right now on WPRI.com. You can check that out as well. Live in Providence this morning, I'm Kate Walsh, 12 News.